Good morning. For the last two videos, I created mark records and shelved nonfiction books. Today we're going to talk about creating a book order from start to finish. The first thing to do when creating a book order is, of course, to select the materials. Several things can be used to help in the selection. One is the School Library Journal. It's a magazine that has reviews for young adult books that can be used for the high school. It also has ads that are very helpful for books that are very popular that can aid in selection. Also, the Follett catalog, which I don't have a copy of, can be used. It is separated by categories and also has the advertisements that can help. It also has, I did say the reviews. It has the reviews. Also, the librarian can talk to the teachers to see what materials they may need, movies, books, or other things. Also, sometimes the students can give recommendations for books that they would like to read, and that can be used for creating the book order. Once the materials have been selected, the next thing to do is to create the actual order on Title Way. So to work on this, you're going to start a new list, which I went ahead and started one for myself. So when you click on the list, it will give you the option to search for books in the search engine. You can search by title, by author or artist, publisher, or the FLR number. And after Ms. Arnett and I talked about this, the FLR number is very helpful because it is the Follett number and it takes you to a specific book in a specific binding. That way you don't have to search, do a generic search and then find what you're looking for. It'll take you directly to it. Sometimes an author search may, bring up several hundred different titles or types of bindings or whatever. So when you start a new list and have selected your books, you choose those books to be on your list. I've done one, The You I've Never Known by Ellen Hopkins. After the list has been created, you have to name the list, save it as a certain name. Typically, Ms. Arnett chooses to label it as the month that she is planning to order those books. So after the list is brought up with the books that you have saved to your list, you will go to your current list and print a quote. Or view the list first to make sure that you've got what it is that you want. When you go to print a quote, it gives you several options for the format. You can do a single line, a standard, an annotated, or a 2-column. For this one, we're just going to choose the single line. And then it gives you additional options, how you want the printout sorted. You can do it by author, title, Dewey. Since these books are done by author, then we will select that. There's also a D&E amount, a do not exceed, but we're not going to select that. You have to make sure that the school is selected. And then an important thing is I want cataloging and processing for this printout, so that you'll have the mark records and everything to get the book shelf ready when they do arrive. Also on the list, you'll want to check for the not yet published. It will be labeled as LIB. If the date is not too far out, then these can be kept on the list. After you've checked your list, you can click on continue and then just make sure everything is like it is supposed to be. Everything's there. You're going to check the total and everything. And then also make sure that you check your shipping preference as you would like that to be. Once you have the list double checked, you're going to fill out a purchase order requisition with the amount and then send this in to the financial secretary. Once she gets this, she will, it will take a couple of days for it to be approved. After it is approved, then you'll go ahead and click on, after you've viewed the order, you'll actually submit the order. there will be a place on there, which I can't actually do that right now because I can't actually place the order. But once you do that, you'll also want to make sure that the purchase order number goes in. And that is creating a book order from start to finish.